fundamentally, what's the most important thing right now to us? It's money. But have you ever considered the intrinsic value of that green piece of paper? Let's do this thought process. Imagine you go to the vegetable vendor to get vegetables for your home, but he refuses to take your money. You will probably think nothing of it. But think if all the supermarkets, mechanics, plumbers, everyone refused to accept this piece of paper as a mode of value transaction. What will be its worth? Just a piece of paper, right? You can't eat, drink, or wear paper. But you might say, this is all good for a thought experiment, but it will never be true in reality. To which I will reply that it has been occurred many times in history. The same pattern has occurred before, like on 3rd November 1985, when the Myanmar government unexpectedly announced that the banknotes of 25, 50, and 100 kyats were no longer legal tender. People were given no opportunity to exchange their notes, and savings of a lifetime were instantaneously turned into heaps of worthless paper. If you are an Indian, you might remember the same thing happening in 2016. So, yes, it can happen that one day, when superintelligence finally comes into existence and it completely denounces money as a mode of transaction to something else, money will lose its value. Scary, right? Let's understand more deeply. We humans believe that either something is a subjective or it is an objective experience. We believe that because everyone believes in money, status, and God, they are the objective realities of this world and can't be changed. On the other hand, emotions like fear, aggression, and pain are purely subjective. But both of these approaches to understand this world are wrong. Actually, humans exist in an intersubjective reality, a big dangerous world, but let's dissect it into simpler terms. Intersubjective entities depend on communication among many humans rather than the beliefs and feelings of one individual human. According to this reality, meaning is created when many people weave together a common network of stories. In earlier days, farmers used to believe that God provided us with rain and thus they worshipped it. During the High Middle Ages, between the 11th and the 13th century, Pope was regarded as the godfather and ruled above everyone. In ancient Egypt, such a rule was given to the pharaoh, who was believed to have supreme power. Thus, the peasants toiled in the field while the pharaoh feasted and reveled with his wives and mistresses in the palace. The world has not changed much since those days. We still believe in something, but different. Now we believe in the power of the money and the government. But if you just sit back and think, don't you come to this conclusion that we are still a part of the slave system, just packaged in a better way? Most of us spend our entire lives working for money when in turn government can print endless amounts of money. A green piece of paper. Thus, isn't it just modern enslavement? It's a hard pill to swallow, but the truth prevails. Now, let's discuss about something which we all have witnessed. Because in truth, most of us have not seen most of the patterns which unfolded in the history, but we are lucky enough to witness one: the rise of computers. If you told any business in 2000 that you could email customers to tell them about your product, they would have laughed, right? But today, a business is considered failing if they don't have a system for email marketing. My mother used to always advise me to not use mobiles as it would harm my eyes. But look at her now with a screen time of 4 hours a day. Many of us can relate with my story. Now, even in third world countries, everyone has a smartphone. But if you told this to the Pharaoh of Egypt, he would have killed you for misleading him. Don't you think a similar technology is booming in our age? AI. The rise of AI. People around the world still don't understand the true power of AI, how fast it can do the work of an experienced professional. Many tech CEOs like Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Altman predict that superintelligence will be in here by 2027. Let's be real and think that they are wrong. But we can be sure that it will be here by 2030, right? That gives us roughly 5 years to equip ourselves with the right skills to survive in this coming automation age. Many people are afraid that AI will steal their jobs, but that simply isn't the case. AI won't replace your jobs, but people using AI will. So, start taking action to learn this new technology or now, or you will regret later. If you teleport any man to 1980, the first thing he will do is buy lots of shares in companies like Apple, Microsoft, because at that time he didn't comprehend their eventual power on the market. AI is that untapped power right now. So, it's better to be on the ship rather to be on the shore, believing that the next sail will come. Charles Darwin famously quoted that the people who survive are not the strongest ones, not the most intelligent ones, but the ones who adapt. So learn to adapt. Now, who can adapt? The high agency ones, the ones who don't take no for an answer and find a way. High agency people are those who bulldoze their way through locked doors. If there's no door, they build one. No one believed that humans could fly. They needed wings for that. But humans had arms and not wings. Thus, human can't fly was seen as an objective reality. Until Wilbur Wright entered the scene and flied for the first time. Now any average man can fly. Heck, we can even go to the moon if we are Elon Musk. So the TLDR is that we need to be high agency people who always find a way to get the outcome we want to thrive in this coming AI era. We are not of essentially the herd mentality and know that sometimes we need to stand alone to find the right true answer. But that's easier said than done. And like everything, this is a process. You don't need to invent a new plane today. You just need to creatively solve the problem you have. The world isn't slowing down. You don't need certainty, you need adaptability. The flexible, the brave, the curious, they will inherit the earth.